Hi guys, it's me. So, before I continue, just want to say one little thing. Yes, YouTube's decided that in little under a month I am going to lose my ability to post ads. I only did it just so to look a bit more professional. Never did it for the money, because in the entire time I've been doing YouTube I've made maybe about a little over $18, and that's like 5 years of work. So it's not about that, it's about the tools. But I just found out that I'm going to be able to apparently keep end cards and end screens and all that loveliness. So I could live with that. I mean, it'd be nice to still make ad revenue, what little I make, but hey, you thank heavens for small mercies, I suppose. But if you could please tell all your friends I exist and get a few more hits to that subscribe button, that would be greatly appreciated. Because for a brief shining moment there, a wee while ago, I did hit 250, and of course I crashed out of it by one, which is always the way. You always gain like one and then lose one, and like 2-3 weeks down the line I'll gain like 2 or 3, and then maybe I'll lose one off that. But I reckon about another month or so I'll probably finally properly crest that, and then I can actually do a proper yay 250 subs video, because that's one of my goals. The next one is 500, and then it's 1,000. When I hit 1,000, then I'm gonna go talk to friends who can do cool stuff with digital and like go Super Saiyan. Like get my buff to hang up in the air and like have my hair go like big and mad and golden. I'll figure something out. Anyway, on to the point of this video. So, you may have seen the video I did before I had editing software back, and I made a little bit of a guerrilla effort, pretty much on my phone, where I was like in defense of Quantic Dream, saying that of course their game isn't trivializing child abuse and spousal abuse and family abuse and all that kind of stuff. Especially if someone had an abusive father who beat the hell out of my mother, and also, did similar but not quite as bad to me, and did some, did do quite a bit of damage, but thankfully nothing of where your mind is going. Anyway, so Quantic Dream now seems to have stirred up new trouble, and that new trouble falls very much into the hashtag #MeToo area. So for those of you not in the know, basically a French newspaper has come out and said Quantic Dream has a toxic environment full of racially and sexually and homophobically charged language. There was mistranslation. Some said it was like touchy. Some said it was all just crass jokes. It's still up in the air. Nobody really knows the truth, whether it did happen, whether it's a disgruntled employee, or whether it actually was something that was really happening. It's all kind of up there. But it did get me thinking, did I spring too quickly to defend them? And I have to look at this from a number of points of view, and then obviously I'll have to leave it you in the comment section below. First of all, I was thinking, if these behavioural patterns have gone down, that is just not on. It really isn't. I mean, given all the things I've said to you over the years about what I believe, should be how people would hopefully treat each other, this is obviously very much not in line with my personal beliefs, my mum raised me not to be racist, not to be sexist, any of that nonsense. That's just not how I live my life, It's just not how I teach my wee boy to live his life, I'm all about, accepting and trying not to be a judgy person and junk. I'm not perfect, but I give it my best go, you know? And, like, I've had some life experiences that have showed me interesting things and stuff. Stuff I don't technically really want to go into. But let's just say, I've done and seen some interesting things. So, they might have done these things, they might have said these things, and if they have, that is unacceptable. But then, the people that have had these things happen to them allegedly, bear that word in mind, allegedly, right? They are also tied up in the project. Their work, has gone into making this game. And when you consider how many lines of dialogue have to go into all the various choices, for a game that's all about choices of three individuals, as we've seen so far. There might be more, but I believe there's only going to be three. So you got three androids making decisions about their existence inside the game, and each one of them has got lines upon lines upon lines upon lines of dialogue. I think David Cage is something like about 4,000 lines of interchosen dialogue. That's what? It's a dense, deep story. And then graphically it's impressive. The people that worked on the motion capture, there's a lot of people that work at a game studio. I don't know exactly how many people work at Quantic Dream, but I've heard that something in the order of about better part of 300 people were put towards working on Detroit Become Human, which is feasible, but then also sounds like, wow, really? That few? For this amount of amazing? So, yeah, okay, if the two head guys at Quantic Dream did this stuff that's been spoken of, then, okay, punish them, but you can't not release the game. Because if you don't release the game, then nobody buys the game. If nobody buys the game, then all these people that made the game, all the staff, including the people who were, possibly harassed, don't get paid. Their work goes down the lavvy. That also sucks. It's like, well, look at that film recently, All the Money in the World. The one, of course, that had, Kevin Spacey in it. So they brought in somebody else to do all his bits, and they filmed it all afterwards, knitting it all together, remaking basically most of the film, And obviously, we all know that, like, Marky Mark got more money and blah blah blah. But we'll leave that to the side. The fact of the matter is, they weren't prepared to let the project die because of one actor. So they redid it. Unfortunately, you can't take out David Cage's role because he wrote the damn thing. And the other guy, he's like the guy, he's like one of the studio heads. So if you take out the studio heads, can you still have the studio? Can you still have the game? Can you have any games going forward? It's tricky. It's properly tricky. What do you do? The only thing we really can do is, to my mind, accept the idea that the game has been made by the people. He wrote the story, but everything else has been made by other people. Animators, texture designers, art technicians, mocap artists, voice artists. Although I think the voice artists and the mocap artists might have been the same people for the top roles anyway. You got promotion, you got artwork, all the zillions of bits that go out. There'll be the merchandising, there'll be the people that promoted it at, like, E3 and PSX. There'll be the people that have cut the videos together, you know, sound design, and it just goes on and on and on and on. You've all done it at least one time where you sat for a trophy for the credits at the end of a game to get the trophy for watching the credits. And you watch the credits of your average AAA video game these days, it goes on at least twice as long as any movie's credits. I mean, hell, the credits for Grand Theft Auto 5, okay, and how old is that game? The credits for that go on for like 45 minutes. Not a joke. They go on for like 45 minutes, at least. Alright? Crazy long credits, but that's because there's a boatload of people involved in making a big game. So then we're left in a place going, right, okay, so we can't... You don't want to buy the game because the head blokes might have done a bad thing, or might not have. I mean, it could be the case that the game is being smeared, you know? Because people want to try and take down the game for the aforementioned atrocities, you know, which I just don't see as atrocities, but some do. But most of these people aren't gamers and don't understand video games, and what are you gonna do? So, you know, they want to take that down for that, and that's not worked for them. Some people are obviously probably still a bit angry at Quantic Dream because Beyond Two Souls was such a hot mess. And it is clear that as much as David Cage is a clever writer, his dialogue decisions sometimes are not so great. I mean, Jason! Please. Some of the lines in Heavy Rain are a bit questionable. But, you know, all in all, Heavy Rain's an awesome game. Played it right through, Chuffing loved it. Played it on PS3. Although I could never get the move functionality to work. Yeah. So, you can't cancel it. You feel a bit funny about buying it. It's an odd one. Me personally, I think I'm still going to get it. If anything, for the people at Quantic Dream that put their lives into the game, into making it for us, trying to give us this awesome thing. And I think that's as best as anybody can really do. You know, we give appreciation to the people, the staff, not the head guys, the staff that made the game. It's like how some people can still just about listen to the Lost Prophets. Yes, the singer turned out to be a dirty pedo, but the band were tight and made awesome music. You know, if you can get past that and just listen to the music, then more power to you. And maybe that's what you just have to try and do with Detroit Become Human. Anyway, guys, rate, favourite, comment, share, subscribe, and of course, as always, nae bother.